Good morning. Intern Chief Brian Jackson, Lincoln Police Department. On June 10th, approximately noon, LPD investigators located the body of 23-year-old Carly Schaaf at Pawnee Lake. Pawnee Lake is located in the western part of the county at 11,500 West Adams Street. During their extensive investigation into Carly's disappearance, investigators obtained information that led to a search of that area. Investigators were not immediately able to positively identify the body. Since Pawnee Lake is within the jurisdiction of the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office, LSO investigators were called in to investigate and process the scene. Carly was reported missing by her mother on May 19th, 2021. During that investigation, investigators determined she had gone missing under suspicious circumstances. After Carly's body was recovered, an autopsy was conducted on June 11th, 2021. The manner and cause of death are unknown and still under investigation. Investigators have conducted numerous interviews, surveillance, follow-up on tips, analyzed digital and forensic evidence. This investigation is ongoing, and investigators continue to work to establish the timeline of the events that led to Carly's death. Carly's family has been notified, and we ask the public to respect their privacy as they grieve her death. Our agency is keeping them in our thoughts during this difficult time. This investigation, again, is ongoing. We encourage anybody, anyone, with information to call 402-441-6000, which is the communication center here, or make an anonymous report to Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. Thank you.
Any questions you guys have?
LPD mentioned in its release that there's no threat to the general public. How can you confidently say that if no arrest has been made?
The investigation's ongoing. The information that we have, based on the manner of the investigation, we're holding fairly close, as it's a fairly sensitive investigation, missing person and or potentially worse. And so at this point, based on what we know, it would appear that the general public would not be concerned about their safety.
So you guys got a tip or something that somebody specifically said that Carly's body was there?
We have done extensive investigation into this. Part of that investigation generated information that led us to look at a number of different locations. That was one, and she was located there.
Do you know how long she had been there?
That's part of the investigation we'd like to hold close as we continue through the different factors and contacts that we make.
What makes you establish her disappearance as suspicious?
Say it one more time.
What makes you establish the disappearance as suspicious?
A lot of it based on the family's reporting. She left without belongings. She left without her animals. She left without her phone. Normally, somebody leaving for extended period of time for purpose will account for those things. Those were not accounted for in this aspect. So we would certainly look at this as a suspicious disappearance. And on any disappearance, we put a lot of work and effort into. And as more and more information was developed, more and more concern was raised, and hence the breadth of the contacts and extensive investigation we've conducted.
Do you have any information that might lead the public to help you? Anything that they can help you with, the public can help you with?
Well, certainly those that know Carly would know the most information about her normal activities, her normal routine, and sharing information that may alter from that. Those that she befriended or hung around with. Those that may have visited Pawnee Lake at the county. I know the sheriff has raised that as a opportunity for people to come forward and share information if they saw anything suspicious, specifically around the parking lots and the area for which it was recovered. All of those things would be helpful to us at this time.
Have you gotten any tips like that?
We continue to get tips and information. Not all tips lead us somewhere, but they're all welcome, and all. Until we have a chance to look into them, we don't know the validity of those tips, and they're all of value. So we would continue to ask people to phone in their tips and their information, and we'll continue to weigh them as they come in.
And just one or two more questions if we have them.
We heard that the body was found in a grassy area. How remote of an area are we talking out by Pawnee Lake?
I'm gonna defer that to the sheriff. He's present out there and may have more information exactly.
We described that area as a day use area, and much of that is regularly mowed and maintained. This was an area away from that day use area that's not mowed, so it's pretty overgrown.
So it's a ways away from like the shoreline of the lake itself?
Well, it wasn't that far from the shoreline, but it was a ways away from the day use area.
Sure.
Can you say if Carly was killed somewhere else and brought there, or if the crime scene, or if what happened to her was there at the lake?
We don't know that yet.
What condition was her body in?
I'm not gonna say.
One piece.
Okay, thank you guys very much.